Scoring, but struggled early, missing the threes. If they're not going down, they have trouble, Dick.
Well, you talk about Temple. Temple start making some threes. They start playing better offensively the latter part of the year. This is a different Temple team than we saw earlier this year.
Huey Fletch hit the long shot, then Jackson worked inside, but Minor wouldn't get hot. It's 1-3. Minor did it all for Oklahoma in the latter stages of the first half. Spinning inside, gets the floater to go, and then the jumper there. And John Chaney watches the lead get cut down to 3 points, leading with his team. But Temple would get hot again. They only shot 29% behind the line during the regular season, but there's Fletch from deep again. Then Alston inside to Mark Jackson. He's been tough lately.
Mark Jackson has been the force that really has made Temple power scoring inside, which has loosened up their three-point shooting.
And the Sooners quickly spinning out of the tournament. The Temple defense just choked them off in the second half. Division I, they acquitted themselves very well today. Early in the first half, Cincy on the break. Damon Flint, nice feed to big Danny Fortson, and the Bearcats had the early lead. Then Cincy moving the ball. Arthur Young the rebound to Darnell Burton to Flint to Young. Gathers it and throws it down. Cincy 12 first half fast break points. Greensboro just 1. Second half, Scott Hartzell nails the three. He would get hot. The Spartans still down 8 at that point. Second half, the Bearcats trying to pull away. Legree to Long for the dunk. The Greensboro would hang around in this game. Jeremy Davis. They back off him. He makes some pay. Back within 6. But down the stretch, too many big plays with the Bearcats. Big guys. Darnell Burton to Flint. Transition play, and the Bearcats win it. It wasn't comfortable by any means. 66-61. Greensboro, a nice effort in their first. They're shooting deep, guys. They led by 5 at the break, but then Cordell Love misses. Michael Ruffin gets the putback. Tulsa had a big run.
Well, I'll tell you, Tulsa had a great run, but Mr. Wheat was absolutely sensational today. At 33 points, made 6 big threes.
That big Samaki Walker dunk ties it at 70. Louisville, a chance to win. But Tick Rogers misses the prayer shot. We go to overtime, tied at 70. In OT, Cards led by 3. Ruffin misses. Gets his own rebound, gets the putback, cuts the lead down to 1. On the next trip, Tulsa goes to Cordell Love around the screen, and they led by 2. But Louisville answers. Wheat again puts Louisville up by 1. After some free throws, the Cardinals led by 3. Love trying to get it to Shea Seals. They throw it away. And they throw away a chance of winning. Benny Crum says his team didn't play very well, but certainly Tulsa, all kinds of mental, high-quality Georgetown team. Allen Iverson, brilliant. The shot there missed, but Othello Harrington with the lefty dunk. He had 15 points. He was a factor. Another page from the playbook, of course. Sorry for the pun. It's written right here. Victor Page. Again, another big game from him. Hoya's up early. Iverson, look at the layup right there high up the glass. This was the Iverson show. Teammates Dendrius, not Darius Rucker, colliding with Eric Parks. The ball goes out of bounds. Nothing going right for the Delta Devils. They were down 23 at the break. Iverson and Joseph Tuumu swarming on Derek Smith. Turnover trouble, as you might expect when you play the Hoyas. Then Iverson. Watch this, Dick.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Allen Iverson got a chance to play near his home out there in Virginia. Wow. Look at him flying, rising, jamming. Unbelievable, explosive. He's a human blur. Look at the little guy. Shake and bake, baby. Do it. Do it, little Allen. Take it to the rack. Wow. He's super scintillating, sensational. Number 3.
Dick, do you like him?
Oh, I love the little guy.
Since January, really an inconsistent team. When they don't shoot well, they have trouble. In the first half, Elliott Hatcher did drain the 3, and K-State was up early. But then New Mexico responded. Spider Smith misses, but Clayton Shields up put back in the foul. New Mexico up 1 at the break. Second half. Mark Young has the miss. In New Mexico, eventually we'll get into transition here. This is a team that hadn't won a tournament game in 22 years. Excellent ball movement there, fellas, huh? The lay-in, and then Spider Smith, he'll just blow by Elliott Hatcher. Nice little reverse layup, a 21-5 run for Los Lobos, and they finish him off here. Spider, the alley-oop to Shields. Shields finishing up with 25. This is sweet. Their first NCAA tournament victory since 1974, when Norm Ellenberger coached the team. They had the first-round game. He was 5-0. First half, Rodney Elliott hits the jumper, and the Terps had the early lead. On the ensuing inbounds play, though, Rhodes the steal. Maryland, early, the pressure was a factor. And Steve Nash, the Canadian, been to take over. Brendan Graves fed inside for the dunk. Maryland would continue to force some turnovers. Rhodes the steal. And Maryland, the pressure was working earlier.
But they just didn't do the right thing at the right time. When you take a look at what Santa Clara, Steve Nash just takes his game over and gets the points.
And when he wasn't hitting threes, he was penetrating and dishing to Marlon Garnett for a three. Broncos led 46-43. At both ends, Nash played well.
Well, I'll tell you, Steve Nash is one of the premier guards. He's a combination guard for either point or second guard. Great passer. There's the backdoor cut. Hey, Princeton style, little backdoor cut. Get Nash, give a cheer.
Kittles steals and throws it down, and then Eric Ebers got out. Nova just smoking from the outset here, much like Georgetown did earlier in the day. The punishment down low, guys. Jason Lawson playing well.
Well, Jason Lawson really a force down in the boxes, and he and Cornegay really get on the glass, but Kittles was sensational. This was an M&M'er right out of the gate, a total mismatch.
Yeah, the Pilots really struggling with the defense that they're not used to seeing in their conference. Then Cornegay blocks the shot. And Villanova had a 29-point lead at halftime, 46-17. Here's Kittles, to Ebers, Zephy Penn, the trailer.
Nice, great trail, man.
And the freshman, John Celestin, gets into the act. Everybody looking to stuff the stat sheet, as Dick says.
That looks like Shoemate and Brokaw. That looks like Shoemate and Brokaw.
For the first time since the February 17th auto accident, didn't play. Chris clacks the three. Texas is up 2. Now they start to pull away. Lamont Hill picks Travis Conlon. Goes to the hoop, the bang, and the bucket. Texas by 4. That's their lead. Late second half. Texas had the lead. Maurice Taylor misses the jumper. Maceo Baston can't put it back. Michigan loses possession of the ball in this key spot. Now it's 78-74. Texas up. Under 10 seconds left. Hill at the line. Misses the free throw. Chance for Michigan to cut it to 2 or 1. Lewis Bullock will take it and push it. Michigan has no timeouts left here, Dick.
Well, it's amazing. There it is, the goal. They get the timeout. Oh, it's like Chris Webber time. Oh, Chris Webber time. Technical. Steve Fisher. I got to know the timeouts, baby.
Certainly not the implications of April 5th in '93, the championship game in New Orleans. Texas hits the technicals, goes on to a 4-point win.
And Reggie Freeman tonight, he missed a key 1-on-1 in the championship game in the Southwest Conference against Texas Tech. But tonight he hits 4 straight wins.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on hand. Why? Because his son plays for Valpo.
They should have dressed him up, Mike.
Boy, they needed anybody tonight, Dick. It was all Arizona. Miles Simon there for the putback. Now Corey Williams takes the nice feed and scores. Arizona up 18-6, and they could have named a number in a dominant first half. Here's the alley-oop. More Simon on the layup, +1. Still first half. This time good defense, and Simon will go the other way. The emphatic slam, 36-point halftime lead, 51-15. Arizona just dominant here tonight.
Well, they dominated in every phase of the game, as we say, that old cliche. They kicked it out, got it into transition, they ran the court. A total M&M'er, a total mismatch.
22nd straight NCAA tournament. Privateers come out strong. Lewis Sims, the NBA range 3. New Orleans led 12-2, but back come the Tar Heels. Zwicker the block on the defensive end. Jeff McInnes settles and hits the 3. A 25-5 run. North Carolina from down 10 to up 13. Now McInnes, another 3. He and Zwicker and all the Heels fired up. McInnes a career high 26 tonight.
Well, what happened? All 5 Carolina.
14 seed Austin Peay. 3 seed Georgia Tech. How would Bobby Crevin's team do here in round 1? Austin Peay hanging close early. Jermaine Savage to Bubba Wells, the big scorer, flips it to Kobe Pierce inside. Both teams shot very well in the first half. As a matter of fact, Georgia Tech had more first half points than 9 teams in their entire first-round tournament game. Austin Peay was pretty close, too. Governor's as close as 1. Now Marbury hits the 3. Tech starts kicking in. Harper to Drew Barry. Back to Harper for the 3. Tech up 4 at the break. Marbury, the great drop.
Well, Marbury can really break the defense down with his penetration, his dish. I tell you, he was dishing a rock, and so was Barry, who had 11 assists.
Late in the game, Bubba Wells blocks the shot. Here's Marbury stealing the ball with Eddie Elisma. Back to Marbury.
Nice little give and go. Mr. Marbury. Bobby Crevin, smile, baby. Great year. Awesome.
Second half, Shante Rogers follows his own shot, the 5'3" guard. Kwame Evans hits the 3. GW's up 17 in the second half. Then the collapse. Alexander Kuhl out of the game, so there was no inside presence. Russ Millard, the putback. Iowa down 4. Then Chris Kingsbury on the run out, finishes the break. GW's lead is 2. Tied at 79. Kwame Evans, he gets absolutely pulled to the ground by Settles.
Oh, no foul. Wow, no foul.
Unconscionable that there was was no foul call there. Iowa gets another chance. Millard gets fouled, gets to the line, hits the first free throw to put Iowa up 1. Mike Jarvis thinking about what's going to happen next. Settles, watches Millard hit the second. Iowa up 2. One last chance. All the way down, the smallest guy on the floor, Rogers for the tie. Not to be. Granted, there was a questionable foul call, but the collapse will be the story of George Washington out in round 1. Final fours with KU, all Kansas. Jacques Vaughn to right for the French. Jayhawks by 11 early, then the perimeter. Jared Hassan struggled from the perimeter. In the Big 8 tournament, had 15 in the first half. This is vintage Vaughn all the way to the hoop with the left hand. Kansas by 23. Roy did a lot of clapping today, guys. Paul Pierce, the nice move inside. And the guys off the bench, too. Sean Pearson, the layup here. It was a bench-clearing win for Kansas. They win by 38 points.
Well, they just spread out everything on SC State. 11 points.
First half, Andre Patterson. His baseline jumper was awry. Todd Lindemann there for the putback. Tight game early. But Lindemann had to sit 3 fouls much of the first half on the bench, allowing Danye Abrams to be a factor. Leading the break, clearing out space. Bedard missed. Abrams the putback. BC by 8 at the break. Indiana down as many as 12, but the Hoosiers come back. Neil Reed drills the triple. The Hoosiers within 3, but Dick, BC had the answers.
Well, BC had the answers. They went and missed Mr. Abrams and also Mr. Granger. Mr. Granger knocks down a trifecta. Antonio Granger made a big 3 to get him in a tournament, in that Big East tournament. And Mr. Abrams down inside, great hands, power move to the goal, had 22 big points and 17 rebounds.
Boston College defeats Tim Duncan, ready for action despite that little stomach flu. Effective on the miss. Wake up 6 early. In the outside game, when they get Ricky Peral and Rusty LaRue going, they're going to be tough. Wake up 17. Second half, Duncan starting to feel the effects of the flu. Misses once, then misses again. He was less effective in the second half. Set out half of the second frame. Ricardo Peral. Inside, gets the impressive block. Then Wake breaks the press. Goolsby to Braswell to Peral for the dunk. Wake up 14. And after the game, Coach Odom said Rusty LaRue was the guy who kept it together with Rutland, the point guard, not at 100%, not playing a ton of minutes. Rusty LaRue has 18. Wake wins by 12. Well, you know, East region in Richmond, Tony Batee to Darvin Ham for the slam. Texas Tech leads by 9, but Northern Illinois comes back against James Dickey's team. Off the Corey Carr miss, Ronald Minter, Voorhees Patterson, back to Minter. Chris Coleman fills the lane. 15-6 run. Tech's lead is down to 6. Now you see it's down to 4. Coy Smith the drive and a huge hoop to put Tech up 7, but Northern Illinois wouldn't go away. Now it's 5, and it's Coleman with a huge 3. Northern Illinois down just 2. 74-70 after hit free throws. Patterson hits the 3. It's a 1-point game. But time just ran out. They tried to extend the game as long as possible, but Texas Tech advances.
Well, you got to be concerned. Yeah, you get 5 guys in double figures for Texas Tech, but their numbers are really, really not good. Shot 42% from the field, 62% in the foul line, and 5 for 22 shooting threes. I don't know. They're suspect.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't think we're giving enough credit.